Hey everybody, it's Brooke with The Buttered Home and welcome to my messy kitchen. Today we have a fresh and delicious appetizer to share with you that's good for any time, even when you're at home on a Wednesday night. Today we're going to be sharing with you our recipe for fresh roasted tomatoes with basil and Parmesan. So stay tuned. So I have taken 4 Roma tomatoes. These are firm and they cook very well. This is also what I use for my homemade marinara sauce that I do in the Instant Pot just because it just cooks, they cook beautifully. So we're slicing those about anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 inch thick. And I just dropped it in my rosemary. Not yet, not yet. We don't want it to go in the rosemary yet. So you should be able to get about 4 slices out of each. I just took that woody end off and now I'm carefully slicing out about 4 slices from each tomato, and then we have placed them on a parchment lined baking sheet. So now we're going to mix up the goodie that goes on top, right? So we would like to put in our mixture about 1/2 teaspoon of salt, about 1 to 2 teaspoons of fresh minced garlic, 1/2 teaspoon of fresh chopped rosemary, about 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, and then I have a teaspoon of minced green onion here that's going to go in too. And what I did is I just took 2 small green onions and split them down the middle and cut off the end white woody part and just minced up what was left. These can be used for garnish later. Now I'm just going to get everything back in here. And then we just want to loosely just combine this. It doesn't look like a lot, but there's a ton of seasoning just in that little bitty bit right there. So now we're just going to take and we're just going to put a little bit, just a little, they don't need much, on each tomato. And trust me, it's plenty. You have a good pop of flavor and it'll be plenty for the tomatoes that you have. Now we have about 1/2 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese, and I like using the fancy shredded. And we're just going to sprinkle just a little bit on the tops of each tomato, distributing that 1/2 cup evenly throughout all of our tomatoes. And Parmesan cheese has tons of flavor all on its own. So it's a great, just a great addition to that. Now I have a bunch of small little basil leaves, and I'm just going to top each one with a basil leaf. There, aren't they pretty? So now these will go into our oven at 425 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes, just until they're nice and roasted and that cheese is melted and just slightly browned. So we'll be back to show you the end result in just a minute. Okay everybody, we are back. We finished our 15 to 20 minute cook time just until the tops were nice and browned, and they are gorgeous. I can't wait for you to see them. They're the perfect little bite. They're almost crispy on top, just crispy and melty at the same time. So that's the most beautiful thing. And what a fancy pants little appetizer, right? And they're still really hot. So I'm gonna cut one and get me a bite on my fork while we talk. So hopefully it will cool. Now, these really are just meant to be popped whole in your mouth. I like to let them cool just a little bit and serve them while they're still warm. They're also really good reheated on a low temperature oven. So if you make them ahead of time and they get cool, you can just pop them back in like a 200, 250 degree oven just to get that cheese melty again and to get them warm throughout and serve right before you serve it. So it's hot, but I really want to taste it. So just that little bit of seasoning mix that we mixed up together has so much flavor. Bright, beautiful, and these Roma tomatoes, they really stand up to that roasting process. So see, that's still whole, it's not drippy. We didn't add any oil to this, so they're not swimming in oil and falling apart. That's why it's important that you use parchment paper so you won't have to grease your pan because they won't stick to the parchment. Fantastic, nice little aromatic fancy pants appetizer, or just whenever you want to use up some tomatoes like I had to do. I was just overrun with Roma tomatoes. But Roma tomatoes can be found any time of year and they're perfect for this recipe. So if you want to shake things up a little bit for your next church luncheon or for even a shower, these are a great little savory appetizer. We hope that you will love this recipe as much as we do. If you wanted to try it, it can be found over at thebutteredhome.com. Like all of our recipes, you'll get it for free with a nice printable recipe card so that you can have it anytime that you want. We would appreciate you giving us a visit over there. We work real hard on our website and we're proud to have you be a visitor. I feel like that's my internet home, and I'm inviting you into my internet home. Also, make sure you're following us on all of our social channels. We have a really good time and we want you with us no matter where we are. You never know when I'm going to pop in and do something live and make a total fool out of myself, and it's fun to watch. Also, if you want all of our videos in one convenient place, head over to YouTube, search for The Buttered Home, and when you find us, hit that subscribe button and ding the bell so that you can be notified when we drop new videos like this one. We hope that you'll try this recipe and love it as much as we do, and from all of us here at The Buttered Home to your home, we sure love y'all. Bye.